Yo, it's Chris again. Today we're going to be talking about dinking, everything dinking. It's going to be a nice little crash course where I simplify everything you need to know about dinking into 5 tips. 5 tips, and you're going to be a pro dinker, and you're going to be dinking better than me because I need some work still. Let's have some fun. All right, so first things first, the first mistake that a lot of people are making is they're using too much wrist. They're getting too wristy in there. So what we want to do is we want to think about our whole arm as being one machine, okay? One machine, okay? We don't have multiple parts of machine. Our wrist isn't a different part. Our elbow's not a different part. It's all one big machine, okay? So that's the first thing, okay? So as we're dinking here, as we're dinking back and forth, it's a little windy here today, so it might be a little tough, okay? As we're dinking, it is my whole arm that is doing the dinking, okay? My whole arm. Let me show you a no-no. I'm gonna show you a no-no on this next one, okay? A no-no looks like this. Right? Flicking my wrist, trying to get it all up there, breaking my wrist, okay? That's a no-no. What we do want is our whole arm moving it, okay? Our whole arm being the machine, all right? It's gonna be our shoulder. We're gonna think about our shoulder being the movement. Our shoulder is what is doing the dinking, okay? Our shoulder is picking that ball up. It's picking that ball up. It's picking that ball up. Okay, so that's the biggest thing, is we're not using our wrists, which I see a lot of you guys doing as you first start off dinking, and that's why you're popping those up, because you're dinking it up and it's popping off your paddle. People are smashing it in your face, okay? One big machine, okay? Shoulder doing the dinking. All right, second thing, second mistake I see a lot of people doing, okay, is their footwork, okay? And this is gonna be huge for not just for dinking, it's gonna be huge for every single shot in pickleball. Your footwork is huge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pair it with your athletic stance as well. Being in a nice, comfortable athletic position instead of standing up straight like I kind of was in that next one, okay? And that last bit. I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together, right? We got one big motion, okay? Our shoulders doing the dinking, and I'm in a nice athletic position. Watch my footwork here. I wanna get behind the ball, okay? Behind the ball. Wherever the ball's at, I'm getting behind it. Behind it. It is always easier to step up to the ball. It is always easier to step up to the ball. Okay, so right there is gonna lead us into our next thing that's gonna be a mistake, but I'll get into that in a second. So here we go. Step up into the ball. Stay behind the ball. Do not let the ball get behind you. Do not let the ball get behind you. That's a no-no, okay? You wanna stay behind the ball. If the ball gets pushed back deep, let's get back behind it and let's dink it. If it's short, I'm gonna come up right behind it and I'm gonna dink, okay? This is gonna be a bigger issue for when we're dinking cross court. The biggest part when we're dinking and the ball's getting behind us or our footwork's not too good is usually we're on the forehand side and we're dinking cross court. I know a lot of times you guys see people getting those long dink battles where they're dinking cross court over and over from one corner the kitchen to the other corner of the kitchen, okay? But it's really important that you get behind the ball. So Jimmy, I want you to try and aim wide over here. Get me going wide. Look at the footwork. See how I get behind the ball? Behind the ball. Look at that. And then I eat Jimmy. Okay, so for me personally, when I first started getting into the tournament scene, and I noticed my forehand dink didn't feel too good. It did not feel, I didn't feel comfortable. And I noticed right away, as soon as I started getting behind the ball, dinking felt a lot more comfortable and it was a lot easier. All right, footwork, footwork, footwork. And don't forget too, I have a slight bend in my knee and it's helping me get behind the ball. If we're in an athletic position, that's what's gonna help us move and get our good footwork, okay? All right, we're moving on to tip number 3, okay? So far, we got one big machine. Our shoulder is doing our dinking, okay? We're not very wristy, okay? 2 is we got good footwork and we're in an athletic position, okay? Those 2 go hand in hand because if I don't have a good athletic position, I'm not gonna be able to move my feet as good, all right? And now this next tip is probably just as important as all the rest, is hitting the ball out of the air as much as possible, okay? And let me tell you why. If I'm dinking with Jimmy here, the whole point of dinking is to find an opportunity to attack and to not give your opponent an opportunity to attack. Okay? So when I'm dinking here, if I hit it out of the air, I'm giving Jimmy so much less time to dink the ball back, right? Watch the difference here as I dink it out of the air as opposed to letting it bounce. Out of the air, letting it bounce. You guys see how much longer that took for me to hit the ball? And that split second could be the difference in getting Jimmy a little off guard to where he pops it up and I slam it away. So hitting it out of the air is important for that right there, that reason right there. I didn't smack on a ruin Jimmy's feelings, his hopes and dreams. All right, this time I won't be as nice to Jimmy as I'm dinking with him. I'm gonna put everything together and he's just gonna try and put it over the net. Now I'm gonna have my one well-oiled machine of my shoulder doing the dinking. That one I should have took out of the air. There we go. Okay, and look at that, right away, I got Jimmy caught off guard and he hits it into the net. And now, boom, I'm winning points because I'm hitting it out of the air. I have a nice athletic position of bending my knees. I'm on my toes, I'm on the balls of my feet, ready to move in any direction. Okay, and I'm hitting balls out of the air. You want to hit the ball out of the air as much as possible. And if you get caught not hitting one out of the air that you maybe should have, so go ahead, Jimmy, hit it kind of deeper to me. Well, that's a little deep, a little too deep. There we go. Right? And if I could hit out of the air and I don't, make sure we're still moving back, right? If we get caught not doing that, hitting out of the air, we're gonna get back, get our feet behind the ball, and we're making sure that our footwork's good, even when we mess up on hitting it out of the air. All right, we're on tip number 4 here. Tip number 4. This one's a real simple one, nice and sweet, nice and easy. We're not gripping this as hard as we can, okay? I know a lot of us get tense, okay? Some of us need to do some yoga, need to get into some different poses, and their neck's always so tense, and your shoulder's always so tense, your hand's always so tense when you grip this thing. This has got to be comfortable, okay? I know you're not comfortable if you're gripping this as hard as you can, okay? So we want about a grip strength of around, I don't know, around 3-4, okay? We don't want to slip it out of our hands, obviously. We don't want to be gripping this as hard as we can, okay? So, super easy. We're just nice and easy. Hitting stuff out of the air when we can. Our shoulders doing the dinking. Have a nice athletic position. Getting behind the ball. And the grip is nice and easy. Okay, tip number 5, last one here. Last one I'm gonna give you guys is offensive dinking versus defensive dinking. Okay, there's gonna be opportunities for you to put some pressure on the opponent by hitting it out of the air, right? Or you get them out of position, you hit it in a nice little space where they don't really move, they don't have good footwork, and they gotta go and run towards the ball. That's when you're in the offense, okay? That's when you wanna apply pressure. That's when you wanna keep dinking, keep making a move, keeping them move all over the place, okay? So I'm dinking to the right, I'm dinking to the left, okay? I'm dinking deep at their feet, right? That's offensive. I'm generating spin. Generating spin is a whole nother video and a whole nother topic that I have right there. But when we're dinking offensively, what we're doing is we're trying to move the opponent around, okay? If we find that we are the player that's getting moved around, we feel like we're on defense, we feel like we're scrambling, we feel like they just hit one right at my feet, that's when we need to use some defensive dinking, okay? So, if Jimmy's dinking so well to where I'm running all over the place, or I get caught not hitting out of the air and now it's at my feet, okay? What I wanna do is I just wanna hit a nice easy dink right over the net. Okay, something that they can't attack, okay, or right in the middle of the court. If we go for a hard angle while we're on defense, it's gonna be hard. I'm off balance. All right, so here we go. As Jimmy applies some pressure, as he gets me moving around, okay, I'm just gonna get it right over the net. Oh my goodness, he's got me moving right over the net so he can attack me. Right over the net. I'm not worried about the spin. Just getting it over right there. Ooh, look at that, I just turned it into offense. Did I say